remote viewing is like it was part of the remote viewing, and also using electromagnetism to maybe amplify the power and whatnot. And I guess Montauk, supposedly, the theory, it's an interesting one because supposedly they were able to manifest a beast that destroyed the underground base
That's
there.
a freaking egregore. You got your notes ready?
I got them right here. I got them.
You got your shit together, Tom?
Probably not, but we'll give it a shot. We're gonna get this thing started.
We can. Ready?
If you're ready, I'm ready.
Like a viper in your bed. Whoa, an evil curse and then she spell. Whoa, that leads
Welcome
right
to the
into
Mystic
hell.
Podcast Channel, episode 8.
Episode 8, man.
That's like 2 months.
What? Gone 2 months,
Yeah, that's 8 weeks. We do it once a week.
and then we got 4 more weeks. Probably
For what?
4 or 5 more episodes, and we'll call it a season.
Call it a season? Yeah. Well, this month will probably just this month will be sporadic
Right.
because of and December.
Because
we don't know who's got
the
what.
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna sweat it. But listen, you seen Tom? We got 500 subscribers.
500 of you people that subject yourselves to us.
I am over the freaking moon about it. I'm here to tell you. I got my fancy rig on. Hopefully, it's going to help my microphone problem.
What happened to your other big microphone?
Yeah, I still have it, but if I move away,
right, you move
all of
away,
a sudden you can't hear me. Yeah, and it's like.
Well,
So listen, anybody watching, what's the microphone I need? Because this is fine, but I'd really prefer not to have to, wear
well, I
that.
used to have the headphones over my ear with the thing.
Did you?
I did when we first started this whole thing.
Oh, did you? I guess it.
You remember that? I mean, if you look back at episode 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and 2, I couldn't hardly talk because everything cut out on me because technology failed me, and that's when I went down to my tablet.
Oh, because you were on the computer. Okay, yeah. I do remember. That was, isn't it crazy? I'm like, oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
I know.
Anyway, I'm proud of us, Tom.
Heck yeah, 500 people.
Right. Tom, tell everybody what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, so last episode, we talked about Barron Trump possibly being a time traveler. So we discussed it, but as we were researching that, we came across a few other things that was like really interesting, and so we decided to talk about it this time. So we're going to talk about the Philadelphia experiment. We're going to talk about Project Looking Glass, and we're going to talk about Project Pegasus, then Project Looking Glass. That's the chronological order that it kind of goes in. But also, as I was telling Michelle, as I was researching those things, I found other things that go in between, the Philadelphia experiment and Project Pegasus.
Does not shock me one bit.
The Phoenix Project 1, Phoenix Project 2, and then the Project Pegasus, and then Montauk, it's Montauk, the Montauk Project, which is Phoenix Project 3. Then that coincides with Project Pegasus, and then they kind of ended up with the Looking Glass, Project Looking Glass.
And these are all government projects.
Yeah, these are all government projects.
It's all government stuff
that talks about using electromagnetism to amplify psychic abilities and to see in the future.
And I also want to point out that this is what Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are currently in the process of trying to get all these things disclosed.
Yeah,
that's along with the alien stuff. They want full disclosure. All this. Release the documents.
Heck yeah, release the documents. Let us know.
So get us started. Where are we going to start?
So let's start. We'll go back. Let's go back to the beginning there, okay? Kind of
Which
put
one?
aside the whole
Philadelphia?
Baron Trump, the whole Baron Trump time traveling deal. Basically, Nikola Tesla passes away. Okay, it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1943. He
Okay.
passes away. The government, they legitimately say we took his stuff because of the Aliens Property Act or whatever it
Right.
is. So John G. Trump gets this information. He's the head guy on that whole deal of getting the papers and going through everything. And then there's this story, and also in 1943, after Nikola Tesla has died, where the Navy tried to, I guess the whole thing was the USS Eldridge. And it was trying to they're trying to set up something to where it would give like a stealth. It would make it invisible because we're going into World War II at this time.
Now, just to be clear, invisible to radar.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to get it invisible to radar, basically to
using
bounce-
Einstein's unified field theory. I mean, it was legit.
Yeah. Yes, there's really no conspiracy with that. They were just trying to get a leg up on the war. We were it was a world war. We were wanting to win it. And so we were doing everything we can to do that. So according to the story, I mean, the conspiracy theorists and all that out there, basically the Eldridge, USS Eldridge, teleports. And it goes to Norfolk, Virginia, and then it comes back. And basically when it came back, people were missing. They were fused into like the walls and the ground, the floor of the ship. All kinds of just messed up things. Some people did survive it. Some people, they were kind of messed up from it. They had problems. They would disappear and reappear because they were
right.
I mean, it was just a bad deal for everybody on that day when it happened. So basically, where we could start there. Talk about that.
The Philadelphia experiment.
The
Well,
Philadelphia
it's funny that you
experiment.
talk about that last part about the, the sailors fused to the metal and everybody's freaking molecules being messed up because that's if this happened, that's what they did. But think about though, look at this as a predictive programming. Now, this isn't part of what I've been reading. It just came to mind. If you want people to not want to know about teleportation, what are you going to do?
I guess really make a bad situation out of it.
Make it scary.
Yeah. I mean, you think about that, you get onto your kid when they're like 3 or 4 years old, you're trying to,
Oh, absolutely.
so they don't do it again. You kind of, you don't really hurt them, but you look scary so they know not to do it again, So, yeah.
What do you think of it?
I think, honestly, as what I've heard the stories about the Phoenix experiment or the Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah.
Of all the stuff that I've seen, I've read, I've come to the conclusion the government was trying to get a situation to where you couldn't catch it on radar.
Right. I buy that fully. Yeah.
I buy the stealth thing. I buy that 100%. I think they didn't realize what they were doing in that aspect because this is a new field. They would have just gotten the paperwork from about Tesla and all the studies he's done, and I think they tapped into something and they did teleport and then teleport back, and it was a technology. Think about it like a baby getting into like a Maserati and somehow getting it to start and go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in getting it back miraculously, getting it back, and then all kinds of bad things happen. That's That's what I think happened. I think basically they stumbled upon something, and I think that's what led to the other things we had mentioned, the other different projects. Because they're
Well,
like,
and yeah, somewhere here they were talking about, that Einstein's theory of the unified field theory. This Allen, what's his name? Carl Allen.
yeah, or Carlos Allende.
Yeah, Carlos Miguel Allende. Yeah, him. He claimed that the experiment was based on unpublished work by Einstein on the so so what he's saying is, yes, it was based on Einstein's unified theory, but this was based on the extra notes.
Right. There's probably stuff that Einstein didn't tell people, or the government said,
That
"Hey,
wasn't
you only
published.
tell us."
Yeah, I mean, he's a scientist. You publish papers. That's what you do.
Right.
This was unpublished parts of that work. Oh man, I don't know. I'm like you. I definitely buy the let's be, invisible to radar. And you know what? Here's the thing. No, I don't. Here's the reason why I don't buy that. Oh no, what are we messing with theory? And we step in it.
Yeah.
Because I think we knew plenty back then. From what I have learned from people like Greer and Jeremy Corbell and, other scientists or government people, this stuff, it's amazing what we knew and when we knew it. So if this happened, we were freaking experimenting with it. We're just saying, oh, hey, we just want to be invisible to radar. But if this really happened, we knew what we were doing. We weren't trying to just be invisible to radar.
I think I'll give him, I shouldn't give the government the benefit of the doubt, but
I don't know why you.
I will give them the benefit of the doubt this time and say that they probably knew something might happen.
Well, of course, they didn't know what would happen. They theoretically knew what would happen.
Right.
But you got to pull the trigger to find out what happens.
Yeah, that's true. This is true, And sadly, the naval people on that ship paid the price.
And this is it. We have already learned. And if you haven't heard of the atrocities that have happened over the lifespan of our human existence, this type of atrocity being covered up doesn't shock me one bit. Absolutely not. One bit.
No. I mean, you go back through history, there's a lot of bad stuff that's happened.
That we find out, oh my God, look what happened 50 years ago.
Look at the Trail of Tears.
I mean, and I'm just saying, I don't know. Some suggest the crew became entangled with the ship's atomic structure. See, that's what I say happens. Echoing ideas of non-locality, which nowadays quantum physics supports.
Right.
It may not have back. Well, it may not have back then, but it does now. So the ship's alleged disappearance and reappearance are seen as evidence of slipping between parallel timelines or alternate realities, which also now quantum physics supports.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all very viable.
Oh yeah, totally. And I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like, I feel bad for the people that got stuck in the ship. who went the crewmen. It makes you really. I mean, I tell you what, Veterans Day is coming up. You know, our dad was born on Veterans Day. You know,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and the thing is, it's like, you know, I really appreciate our veterans. You know, our military people that go through what
But you
they
don't
go
realize
through.
the guinea pigs that they are. They are nothing but hired guinea pigs.
You know, I believe it one bit because they become government property once they sign on
You
the
are.
dotted line. Your
Granted,
government property.
granted, you're getting paid. Not all that freaking much, but you're getting paid.
You're getting paid something, and
So earlier, and I don't remember if it was before we started taping or what, you were talking about the Montauk project.
yes. Well, there
So
was a
that
couple
is
things
a
before that.
continuation. Well, that is a continuation of the Philadelphia experiment.
Right. The
So
Phoenix
it's,
Project 1 and 2.
and here's some other little factoids. The show Stranger Things. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I've never
Fantastic.
watched it, but I'm going to probably will now. So
It's loosely based on the Montauk lore and
Yeah.
Dark. If you have Netflix, there's a show called Dark. I don't have Netflix, but that's a German series that weaves time travel, family trauma, and quantum loops, echoing the emotional and metaphysical fallout of the Philadelphia mythos.
That's pretty cool. I'll check
Yeah.
that out.
That's interesting. But what are the other two things that are related to the Montauk project?
So before the Montauk Project, you had the Phoenix Projects.
See, it doesn't
And
list
like
those.
Montauk Project is actually Phoenix, the third Phoenix Project. But see, it basically after, from what I've found out, is that you had the Philadelphia experiment. After all that happened, and I guess after they kind of cleaned it up or whatever, they moved it to Brookhaven National Laboratory, and then that's where they, I guess they started working. They still, you know, experimented more with the Tesla coils and all that stuff, and trying to duplicate the radar invisibility that allegedly teleported, you know, the USS Eldridge.
Right.
And, you know, but basically, I guess what it says, they claim that they discovered strong pulse magnetic fields affected both space time and human perception, prompting further research into the consciousness effects.
And
And then,
that science supports all of that.
yeah. And then you got the second one was behavioral and weather experiments. And basically, this is where they explored ELF, the extremely low frequency broadcasting to influence emotion or cloud formation. You
And
know,
we see that
that's
happening
HARP.
today. Yes.
HARP.
That's
You know,
exactly what that is.
I guess this was moved. Phoenix 2 behavioral and weather experiments was moved to the Air Force facilities and later called Camp Hero. But this is like, yeah, the ELF is, you know, basically where HARP comes in and MK Ultra. But I guess they have no document of the overlap, obviously, because they're covering the tracks.
Right.
I mean, because honestly, I feel like what happened in North Carolina around Asheville and that hurricane,
The one that went through Appalachia.
yeah, I think that was because of HARP. I think HARP beat that thing up to where it could get up
What do
that
you
high.
think about what happened in Maui?
Right. Maui, when the whole thing caught on fire. You know what? It almost makes you wonder about the Palisades too, you know, over in California. You know? It just kind of,
And Greer talks. He has talked. I've watched him speak about man-made disasters.
yeah.
That and he says it's man-made loosely. What he means is there's a hurricane coming in and they make it worse.
Right.
They're not able to create the hurricane, but they're able to make it stronger. They're not able to create the tsunami, but they're able to make it stronger. So they take existing events and use it to their advantage.
Yeah. I know. Think about it. I mean, it's like almost like a perfect weapon. if you can get a bad enough storm to hit them when
Yeah.
they're not expecting it, something that just pops up and hits them,
Mhm. Yeah.
And after that, after Phoenix Project 2 and about in this that because if I'm not mistaken, I think the second one happened in the 60s, which led to this, but in the 70s, you had the Montauk Project or Phoenix Project 3. Now this, my friends,
Hmm.
this is some stuff. Because now it's basically they added with all the stuff that they've done, they've got the weather and all the ELF and the electromagnetic, and then they had what they call the Montauk chair. And the Montauk chair basically was a psychic interface to help modulate the field through brainwave harmonics. And basically, they did experiments, manifestation of thought forms, teleportation of small objects and people, and time travel missions through a stable vortex. Now, it was shut down August the 12th, 1983. Apparently, that's when the really bad thing happened at Montauk, which is where basically one of the people in the chair manifested. What was that you called it, Michelle?
An egregore.
Can you explain what that is?
It is a creature or entity that is manifested by specific consciousness. So a group of collective consciousness focusing on it, or one person.
And I guess this beast that was manifested basically destroyed the laboratory. I mean, it's I guess from what I understand, let's see here. Let me see what it says here in my notes.
Listen, while you're looking, Stranger
Yeah.
Things, it was originally titled Montauk, and then they changed it to Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too. That the show was supposed to be called Montauk. Let's see here. Where is it at? DARPA Montauk. Yeah, I guess at Camp Hero there was a radar station there, and I guess there was no record of underground facilities. But the I guess the story of Nichols and Moon.
Yeah, Preston Nichols and Al Bielek.
I have someone named Moon here.
Huh.
Uh,
I don't have a moon.
My notes are kind of all over the place here, but
get your shit together, Tom.
Man,
we have 500. We have 500 subscribers now.
I know.
We got to act like we know what the fuck we're doing.
I got to pull my head straight from my ass now.
Straight.
Good gravy. Where'd all this corn come from? What is that guy's name? I had it.
That's all right. It doesn't matter.
But either way, I mean, but some bad things happen. But then at the same time as Montauk's going on, you have Project Pegasus. Now, Project Pegasus basically claimed to evolve Montauk's teleportation and viewing tech into a government-run DARPA programs for controlled time travel.
And I want to point out that this Project Pegasus isn't like in the 1950s. This is 2021.
Well, actually, Pegasus came out there late 70s, early 80s.
Project Pegasus is the name given to a 2021 investigative journalism initiative led by Forbidden Stories and Amnesty International, involving 17 media organizations. It exposed the widespread misuse of Pegasus spyware, a powerful surveillance tool created by NSO Group, which was allegedly sold to governments under the pretext of fighting terrorism and serious crime.
Now, I'm being told that the Project Pegasus ran from 1971 to 1983. That's what I have.
Interesting. I'm trying to find these dates anywhere here.
So basically, And it ran the same time as because basically Montauk is like a bridge from the Philadelphia experiment to Project Pegasus. Basically, they kind of
Okay, so because I wonder if your Project Pegasus is the same as my Project Pegasus.
it might be two different things, which is weird that they have the same name on two different things. But
That's a red
supposedly,
flag.
what do you mean?
They're probably both crap.
Oh yeah, you think it's all
Because
hooey?
this is about leaked data, which included over 50,000 phone numbers selected for potential targeting. Forensic analysis confirmed Pegasus infections on many of these devices. It spanned over 50 countries: India, Mexico, Morocco, France, and Hungary. And there were 4 notable figures, all of them high government leaders from France, Pakistan, Mexico. And it's about a mass surveillance.
So the person with the last name Moon was Peter Moon.
Okay.
He was a researcher and co-author who connected the mythos to ancient Atlantis, time manipulation, and spiritual ascension.
Okay, how does that make any sense to what I'm talking about here?
I don't know. That's what the Project Pegasus that I read about, what I found out about. That Peter Moon. Basically, because there's like 4 people. There's 4 people in that whole thing.
All right, I'm going to ask. Hang on. Go ahead.
But there's Preston Nichols. He's an electrical engineer claimed to work on radar for Montauk and rediscovered temporal harmonics. Then you have Al Bielek, Bielek, claimed he was a sailor
Yeah,
aboard
he's
the
here.
USS Eldridge in the Philadelphia experiment and later time traveled to Montauk in the future. And
Okay,
then
because those 2 people are both listed here.
And then you got Duncan Cameron, an alleged
He's not
psychic
listed
operator of the Montauk chair, said to have manifested the enemy that destroyed the base. It's like Duncan Cameron's the guy who created the beast. And this Peter Moon was like a researcher, co-author who connected the mythos to ancient Atlantis, time manipulation, and spiritual ascension.
Okay. Okay. It is a totally different Project Pegasus.
Huh.
Because this, your Project Pegasus, now I've got all the timelines. That's interesting. So yeah, there's 2 different Project Pegasus.
So this is like post 1983. I'm looking at my timeline that I got, they had drawn up for me. 43, we have Philadelphia experiment, U.S. Eldridge. 1950s to 60s, Phoenix Project Phoenix 1 and 2 at Brookhaven Lab, New York. 71 to 83 was Camp Hero, Montauk Project Phoenix 3. And then post 1983, DARPA Project Pegasus. Maybe that's where I'm getting it. Maybe it's because it's DARPA. Maybe
classified DARPA program, right?
Yeah, various U.S. sites, especially Sandia and Los Alamos. So
yeah, they were studying time travel.
But there was some really interesting thing here. What they were saying for Project, or what
allegedly,
because like they were saying, let me.
Barack Obama was involved under the name Barry Soetoro.
Yes, I saw that. Let me get these notes. Montauk temporals. There was one, and
see, now they're calling Project Pegasus as a precursor or parallel program to Montauk.
Yeah, I mean, because it was kind of happening all at the same time. They were they had Montauk, and then they were taking, I think they were focusing more on the time manipulation at Project Pegasus and everything. I think is that's how I gather it. I could be wrong. Okay, Project Paris. Okay. So, the claim is the lawyer and self-proclaimed time traveler Andrew D. Basiago claims that as a child in the early 70s, he participated in Project Pegasus, a DARPA program experimenting with teleportation and time travel. And basically, his allegations were technologies based on Tesla's teleportation schematics recovered from his papers after his death, used chronovisors, holographic time viewers, and jump rooms, teleportation chambers. Children were used because they could better withstand the stresses of quantum displacement.
Right.
That's kind of eerie. And then he says he claims to have visited the Gettysburg Address, Mars, and the year 2045. And other alleged participants include Barack Obama, then known as Barry Soetoro. And so that's what I have for
Yeah,
Project
that's what I
Pegasus.
got when I asked it to tell me about the one related to Montauk.
Yeah. So, I mean, I found that, and then I guess after they, figured all that out in the chronovisors, that's where Project Looking Glass comes in. And this happens during the 90s and
Ah,
2000s. And Project Looking Glass is supposedly a reverse engineered alien technology stored at S4 near Area 51, capable of viewing probable future timelines. Says the device allegedly uses rotating rings and electromagnetic fields to distort space-time, a kind of quantum resonance viewer.
yeah.
I almost wonder if that's like Quantum Leap. You remember the show Quantum Leap?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah.
you've ever watched a fan of that show, I almost wonder if that's something of that nature, that they're trying to do. But the earliest mentions appear in whistleblower testimony from alleged insiders like Dan Burish, and later appeared in QAnon lore. In those circles, Looking Glass became a metaphor for seeing the end game, supposedly showing multiple future timelines converging on a fixed point, sometimes called the Awakening. Tied to the Montauk Project and Philadelphia experiment as a part of a continuum of secret time manipulation programs.
See, and the theory also includes that the gray aliens, or they were called J-rods, they're the ones that allegedly helped the scientists understand how to operate the device.
Right.
Then there's the yellow cube or the yellow disc, which is said to be a holographic communication and recording device that it will record the future event that you're watching or whatever. And the conspiracy also claims that the cube was given, this yellow cube was given to Eisenhower by the Orion Group.
See, now I've heard a story that I think it was Eisenhower, and I want to say Nixon was involved too. Or maybe I'm getting them mixed up. Maybe it was just Eisenhower. Maybe I can't remember if it was a Hollywood friend. Maybe Bob Hope. I'm not sure.
No way.
But Eisenhower supposedly met with an alien. I mean, like the government,
Oh, no, I have heard that too. I have heard
know,
that too.
So I almost wonder if that's, if he got that cube there at that time.
Huh.
Just one of those things. Just a thought. Don't know.
But yeah, I was just saying, yeah, wow.
Just a speculation.
But here this talks
people.
about, the ascension narrative. Humanity is approaching a singularity of consciousness, and that looking glass tech revealed a convergence point where all timelines collapsed into one inevitable outcome. And how many theories does that touch base with?
A lot of them.
I mean, really?
My thing is a lot of conspiracies. They all seem to come to this one point.
God, that's crazy. We were talking about the root races. That fits right into that.
Yeah, it does. We were talking about we
It's no
started
wonder
off the
people
season
go.
talking about
It is.
Lemuria and
It is.
Mu.
It is no wonder people go bananas diving into this stuff.
Yeah, it's a heck of a deal.
It tests your reality big time.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And just the other day, and I don't know, and I just might have been really busy. I'm at work, and I
Yeah.
could have swore I saw some things moving that shouldn't have been moving.
Like what?
Like, so I have like my computer at my desk. You've been in the office that I work.
Yeah. If
So
your desk hasn't moved, I know exactly where your desk.
well,
is.
it's moved to another part of the room. It's on the far side by the glass things. But the thing is, I have my charging cord for my phone because when I usually get there in the morning, I got to charge up the phone. Then I'm good. Well, I keep it coiled up, and as I work there and I'm typing, out the corner of my eye, I could have swore I saw it move, and I don't know. A lot of times I get lack of sleep and I see goofy stuff and I just dismiss it. But it's just kind of weird that it actually caused me to stop and look. Did I see something actually move?
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to freak everybody else in the office because they talk about. I mean, the place had been there for a long time, so things happen paranormally.
Oh,
So,
does it?
but I mean, I don't want to give out where I work, but
Right. Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. I think if people start being mindful of their surroundings, they would be shocked at what takes place.
No, I know.
People are very blind, especially at places like work,
Yeah.
because you're focused on work. You're not paying attention to anything else but work. And a lot of people are that way at home too.
Yeah, I tell you what,
probably caught something.
I wonder, and the thing is, and there's always a story about CERN and how that CERN.
When it was talking about the rings and the tube and stuff, that's exactly where I was thinking. I'm like,
and
wait a minute, maybe this CERN thing really isn't just a collider.
Well, it might not be just a collider, but what if it did in the world, and they've
restarted it?
Yeah,
at the last point that worked.
In the Matrix,
I don't know, man.
I mean, it makes you wonder sometimes. You're just
it absolutely does. It absolutely does.
Looking at your surroundings and stuff, and it's like, what the heck? Why the heck?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I guess that's why, speaking for myself only. And of course, well, no, I pretty much created that. I am not going to lie. Researching, learning, studying this stuff absolutely made me want to quit being involved in it. The
Sometimes
Matrix.
you just don't want to know.
The Matrix. It's like, no, I don't want to work for the man. I want to be part of it.
Right.
Because it's like, it's so convoluted.
Yeah. A lot of agendas and people trying to make their agendas meet, and they don't care who they destroy in the process,
It says here that websites like projectlookingglass.org, which Project Looking Glass, all one word, .org, continues to publish cryptic content linking the theory to moon cycles, Mount Rushmore, and future diseases.
Yeah, I could see that. Does it say anything about Mount Shasta?
No. It says it's involved with chemtrails, deep state manipulation, and hidden alien agendas. Interesting.
I remember they were making a big deal about chemtrails.
They still make a big deal about it.
They still make a big deal about it. I know Florida supposedly, I guess, I'm not sure if it's the whole state or whatever, but like someone showed a picture of the sky that was like blue and pristine, and supposedly they're not allowed to drop chemtrails over the state of Florida anymore.
Oh, interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
So it almost makes you wonder.
It does. What are they saying that chemtrails do? I've heard different things.
Well, it's like they're dropping chemicals into the air. It gets into the body a lot of times.
So they're dropping chemicals on people. Okay.
Yeah, it's like seeding the air. It's like when they used to seed clouds to make them rain.
Well, that's what I thought. Some people think that's what they're doing.
That's one of the things that they supposedly are doing, but also the chemicals that get released supposedly will affect your thought processing, and probably helps with the Project Bluebeam.
I guess that didn't happen.
You get messed up in the head, and then all of a sudden something happens, some kind of projection, and you're in the thought process of what the heck.
And it's so bad because we're at a time where people are spiritually awakening. They're going to have visions. And it's almost like they are precisely timing this shit. During this time, orchestrated even.
Right.
So it's going to question people who get visions. How many people are going to think they're going insane and they're not?
Yeah.
Here's what I always say. If you ever say to yourself, oh my God, am I insane? You're probably not. Seriously. If you're insane, you're not going to ask yourself if you're insane. You're not going to be that rational.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Articulate. You're not going to be able to articulate. You're not going to be able to do that.
Right.
You'll say this is insane or that is insane, but you'll never say, am I insane? It's just not going to happen. So there you go, people. There's your compass. Every day wake up and go, am I insane?
Heck, I wake up a lot of time going, am I awake? Oh yeah, I am awake.
I've often said I wish I was insane, that I wouldn't know half of what I do. And life would probably be pretty groovy.
I have to agree with you.
I don't know. I tell you what, it makes me worry. And I tell you, this 3i Atlas crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have even said, I'm on a forum on Facebook, a group. And I finally said, this is smoke and mirrors. I'm feeling like this is smoke and mirrors. My friend, one of my best friends, Shelly, hadn't even heard of it.
Really?
Hadn't even heard of it.
Where'd she live?
St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, how is it that you haven't even heard of it? And she's usually a conspiracy buff.
Oh, yeah?
She's the one that got me on the telepathy tapes.
So she would have been all over it. She should have been all over it.
And she had never even heard it?
That's weird.
I thought that was really freaking weird too. And now And I keep forgetting to, but I want to ask Tracy about it too. See if she's heard of it.
Just
Just to see if she's heard of it.
maybe a control. She could almost be a control if you think about
And
it.
it's like, okay, I got to figure it. I'm going to start asking people if they've heard of it. Just want to know. I don't want to know what they think of it. Have you heard of it? Because that was bizarre to me. As much as it's on everything.
I mean, I've seen that on. I've even seen it on Fox News.
Oh, well, it doesn't surprise people. There's a ton of people that don't watch TV news.
Right. I don't watch TV news.
Yeah, people don't even watch broadcast TV. All they've got is whatever their television streams.
And the thing is like, when it comes to news broadcasting, I don't have time to figure out if you're telling the truth or not.
I watch the weather, maybe local events.
Yeah.
I watch world news. Okay. I also like to watch foreign news. I want to see what everybody else is saying too.
Right.
And then I have a few underground news sources that I have to go to watch. They're not like on a channel on my TV. I have to get on the internet and go to them. But that's what I kind of culminate from there.
I don't watch any kind of the broadcast news. I don't watch. The only time I watch a broadcast TV channel for Survivor, Amazing Race, shows like that. I watch shows, entertaining shows. Catch the occasional wrestling. I don't really watch wrestling like I used to.
Right.
And then, but when it comes to politics and what's going on in the news, I don't care to listen to anybody who's going to tell me the news unless your name is Walter Cronkite, because he's the last person I know that actually told the news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you have to.
In his biased opinion, he said, "This is what happened."
You have to. Isn't just watching. You just can't watch the news.
You can't.
You've got to shop around, and even then, when you hear something, you need to find it elsewhere.
Yeah, I've been doing that too. I mean, and this is for stuff for Kansas City Chiefs, because I'm a big Chiefs fan. And
I watch a lot of Chiefs
something up there. There was a guy. There's a running back for the Jets named Brees Hall. Good running back.
Yeah.
People were talking about him coming to Kansas City. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're getting Brees Hall." I was happy, and then I went up there to kind of, just to kind of Google it and see. Not one speck of information about that. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, it's just like, you get the occasional Facebook post of Willie Nelson dying. And it's like,
see, I don't get those. But
and I'll see that and I'm like, oh my God, Willie Nelson. And then I go over and I look on the internet and I'm looking up Willie Nelson, and it's like, he's still alive.
He just came out with a new booze of some sort.
Well, he's obviously doing good then.
He said he says, here's how you get rid of a hangover. And he puts his bottle down, whatever it is. I still don't know what it is. It's a white whiskey bottle.
I would take that as gospel.
It's his new liquor or whatever he's got getting out.
If this is how we cure the hangover.
No, yeah, I bet I'd take it for what he says.
Heck yeah, Willie.
I tell you, that's one of the few things that you could trust is true. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy. So the next date is December 19th, I think.
What's going to happen December 19th?
Oh, well, that's the next apocalyptic schedule.
Is that what's on the apocalypse?
Yeah.
So what doom awaits us on the 19th?
Oh, well, same thing as always.
What, the meteor or AI 3I?
I kind of, and maybe it might be December 29th, but I think it's December 19th. But I do think that that's when it's supposed to be its closest point to Earth.
Okay. I don't know. We'll see. Now, I'm kind of like, okay, whatever.
Well,
You
here's
know?
the thing. Yeah, you can't believe a thing. What is
Right.
the truth?
Yeah.
I'm
It's just,
nothing but a freaking ant that is in this colony, and it reminds me of the freaking tiny little microscopic people in Will Smith's locker on Men in Black.
yeah, right. They live in there in that world. Oh hell. And they
You know, we're so that, you know,
oh, the cat with the universe in the on the
in the necklace, in the
yeah, the
collar.
necklace. That
Orion.
was awesome.
Orion.
That's
Yeah,
good sci-fi right there. It's
that
funny,
is good
it's
sci-fi.
entertaining, and it's like, holy
That
crap,
was
here's
good
this
sci-fi.
universe in a freaking bobble around this cat's
Right,
neck.
right.
Ah, beautiful stuff.
It was
Beautiful
beautiful
stuff.
stuff. I love those Men in Black. I've got all of
Yeah.
them. And
Can't go wrong with the Men in Black
I like
movies.
the one where he was an astronaut too, with the sun, with Jaded. Is it Jaded? He filmed that one with.
Oh,
What was the name of that
After
one?
Earth.
Yes, that was good
Yeah,
too.
that was a good movie.
I don't know whether he's the douchebag that everybody says he is in real life, but makes good movies.
Yeah, makes good movies, makes good music.
And that's what we're painting for, so whatever.
Yeah, the way I look at it, he was a good, he was a good rapper.
Entertainment is entertainment. And you know what? How much of that is real?
True.
Smoke and mirror. Even that slap with him, we slapped that guy.
Oh yeah, Chris Rock.
I am sorry, but how do you have a motion by motion, play by play, exact down to everything in 1950 and on film by two other people? You never saw that?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God. Now I got to look it up. Yeah. Okay. Who was it he slapped? Chris Rock?
Chris
No.
Rock, yeah.
Was it Chris Rock? Okay.
Chris Rock's the one who got slapped. He made a comment about his wife.
I'm telling you. How do I ask for this? Ah, there we go. Let's do that. God, I hope I can find it. I say it was staged. Sorry. Is this it? Will Smith copied this from an old movie. Here it is. Okay, ready?
Go for it.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay, let me bring this up first. Hold on. Stop. Okay. Window. Here. And this is from, I mean, look at how they're dressed. Oh, am I not sharing it? Oh, hang on.
No.
All right. Hold on. I'll even make
Here
it.
we go.
Whoa.
Oh.
Wait a minute. That's a quantum loop. If I ever seen one. All right, let's try again.
Now I'm afraid to leave the den.
Holy crap.
What did you do?
Okay. That's the one I want. I shared our screen.
There we go.
All right, everybody. Now watch this.
Oh, that's kind of rude. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bam!
Do you see?
Yeah.
That was freaking staged. That Chris Rock freaking slap that was all freaking staged.
Oh, wow. I tell you.
You know how it disappeared so quick? Did you notice how quickly it?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
ooh,
Chris
and
Rock
all of a
still
sudden, boom,
talks about
gone.
it. I know Chris Rock still talks about it, and so does Dave Chappelle.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's staged. Sorry. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Wow.
I can't believe you had never seen that.
I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what I'm saying. You can't believe anything you see.
Cannot. Apparently so.
You cannot.
Oh.
Oh, well. What are we going to talk about next week, Tom?
Well, I tell you what. Let's shift gears a little bit. Not really a conspiracy, but maybe do something a little different. Maybe the Dogon tribe there in North Africa. You know what I'm talking about?
No, sir, I did not.
Timbuktu? You haven't heard of the Dogons and the Dramus?
Dogon?
Dogon. They're in Mali, if I'm not mistaken. Mali, North Africa.
What are we going to talk? What about them?
Well, there's they basically they know they have an extensive knowledge of the Sirius star system. Even they the knowledge that there was it's a trinary system with three stars. And when people just found out about that here in the 20th century, they knew that in ancient times.
Wow.
Might be a kind of a fun group to talk about.
That does sound like yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sirius B.
Sirius B?
Sirius A.
Could,
yeah.
Because they didn't know that they only knew about the Sirius A, they call the dog star.
Right.
I think or maybe it's B or A, because there's A, B, and C. And C,
yep.
I think C's a white dwarf or something like that.
Sirius C, a hypothesized third star in the Sirius mentioned in Dogon lore, but it is still unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed. Okay. Well, still, they didn't know. A lot of people didn't know about Sirius B until like the 20th century.
Yeah.
They didn't know about that until the 20th century, and the Dogons were talking about that like in ancient times. It's like, because that's like Mali, it's like Timbuktu, if I'm not mistaken, and all that area. Might be a fun.
There's Egyptian connections.
Yeah, and supposedly the aliens that they call the Dramu, Dromu, I think, are
that's what they call the aliens.
Yeah, and I think that they're like amphibious aliens.
Oh no, they call the amphibious deities are called the Oannes. Oannes.
Okay.
And it's in Babylonian lore as well.
That might actually be Sumerian. That might be a holdover from the Sumerian.
See, and I forgot to, because remember Project
oh yeah,
or maybe it was the Philadelphia experiment. One of them was connected to
I think it was Looking Glass.
Syrian, tablets or something like that. I forgot about that. Oh well, we'll have to maybe come back to that next time. All right, so we'll talk about that.
Let's talk about some Dogons. JC knows about Dogons, so we've
Well, hopefully he'll grace us with his presence next week.
JC had to help out his kids. We do things for our children.
That's okay. We do.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
We do things for our children now, so they'll do things for us later.
Right. We do things now for our children, so we don't end up in nursing homes later.
Right. Oh. All right. Say goodnight, Tom.
Good night, Tom.
Good night. Like and subscribe and give us some ideas. Make a comment.
Hey, you 500 people, tell 500, tell one of your friends so we can have 1,000.
That's our next goal. That's our next level to unlock is 1,000. We need your help.
Yeah. Tell a friend. Just tell one. You don't have to tell a bunch. Just tell one. If you overachieve and tell a bunch of people, awesome. But we just ask for one. That's all.
Just one, and make it 500 of them.
Yeah. Please.
All right. Bye.
Bye.